What's up guys, Shockwave 640 here, and today I am reviewing the Transformers Combiner Wars Mirage. And he was the winner between the vote of him and Blades, so Mirage is the winner. So taking a look at him here, just pulling that off, just pegs on using that hole there and that peg there. I don't really like the peg there, it's kind of unattractive, but you need it in order for all the combined mode and all that stuff to work. You can make out all the robot stuff right here. I mean, chest, arms, back of the head, legs. So he does have visible head syndrome. It looks a lot better if you rotate the head backwards, like I have it. He does have the Circuit Racing 62. He has the 62 and an Autobot logo, and 62 going across right there. And then this nice silver paint going right there, and then white and stuff all over the place, and a little bit of red here for the robot mode. And then also the silver rims. I don't even know why I'm showing you if he rolls. Obviously he rolls, he has wheels. But, so yeah, he has this weapon right here, which is a sword. I did cut off the peg right there because it bothered the crap out of me. I'm planning on gluing it back just straight up and down so you can actually use it as a gun. But I prefer using this as a sword anyways, so I just cut that peg off with an X-Acto knife, and boom, this is where it has it. So, it doesn't store anywhere in the vehicle mode without it looking stupid. I mean, I guess you could do that and just have a drive-by and just cut people's ankles off. That's my best solution to that. So pulling that down, and let's take a look at some size comparisons. Obviously, Combiner Wars Shockwave, so that you can see that. My Lego Bruticus, so there is that. Fall of Cybertron Shockwave, so there is that. And with Creo Devastator, just because I want to. So there you have them with that. Actually, the reason why I grabbed Creo Devastator for the size comparisons was since Devastator is the original Combiner, and he's the only Devastator I have besides the smaller Creo. He just fell over. Alright, he's heavy. I'm joking, he's not heavy at all. Sorry about that, he just got a face planted. His scrapper foot gave in on him, so he fell forward. It's the Creo ball joint syndrome that they all have. Oh well, at least it didn't break anything. But, so yeah, that was that. He came tumbling down. So, let's get to the combined modes. So, what you want to do to get to the, foot mode is you want to untab that, rotate it around, and then just tab it into that section, onto that tab using the same post for the weapon. Tab it in like so, grab the head, and just flip it down like that. You just grab the combiner port and just try to get it up like that, and then bring it all the way up. And grab this section, and then fold it forward, revealing the other combiner peg. Lay it down, grab the foot. If you don't have a foot mode, get it into foot mode, and then peg it right into that port, and boom, you have Mirage in his foot mode. I would bring in my Bruticus that I have and show you what this would look like on there, but I don't feel like taking off Bruticus's legs. See, he's already on my shelf and posed how I want them, but typical Combiner Wars articulation. You have the knee bend, and you have the rotation, and so yeah, I think this does look like a pretty decent foot. I do kind of like this foot. I would have rather had, what's his name? Dragstrip, I think is what his name is. I would have rather had him as the foot, because this is just the remolded head version of Dragstrip. People say Dragstrip is plain and boring. I don't know, I kind of like him. I think he's cool, but I don't have him, so I guess I can't really say my opinion on him just yet. But to get him to arm mode, you just fold that section back down. Keep this like that. That'll show you my preferred version. Fold that out. Untab the arms. Extend the legs. And the way that I think they want you to do it is you rotate it like there, so it just has the one hinge right there, but I'm going to rotate it this way, so he has a double hinged elbow. Bring these in, like so, or nope, you actually bring them up. I think you bring them up, and then you, let me try to figure out how to do this. Oh, this is what you do. You plug that tab right into that hole, like so. Oh, whoop, missed it. Like so. Do the same on this side. Make it in, and then you just, oops, don't do that. Then you just bring these and close them like so. So there you have Mirage in his arm mode, and I do kind of like this arm mode. It doesn't look that bad. It does look kind of cool. I do like this whole shoulder section that it has going on. Typical Combiner Wars arm articulation. The swivel there, which is really tight on mine. Double jointed elbow if you bend it with the knees facing this way. Technically, he can, I guess, bend his wrist down and do whatever the heck that is. Then his arm goes out and goes forward and back. I forgot to put the hand on. So just fold out the fingers, like so. Fold down this bit, fold up that, straighten out the finger, or the thumb. Apparently thumbs aren't fingers, but so there we go. There's the arm. Typical finger articulation there. The thumb moves, swivels, and goes side to side, blah blah blah. You already know how these Combiner Wars hands work by now, and it can also be left or right. All you do is just rotate it at the waist right there, and rotate the hand, and then put the thumb going up, and then you do a thumbs up. So there is that. So that's how the arm mode goes. The way I prefer doing the arm mode is I like to grab this section here. I like to untab it. I like to kind of move these out of the way. Bring that up like so. Everything's bumping into each other. Bring it up like so. I like to just have it sticking straight up like that. And then these, I just tuck them behind the wheels like that. And so that's the way I prefer his arm mode looking, and that just looks better to me, but it does restrict the articulation a little bit. You can always just push that back. It kind of gets like an automorph gimmick going on, so you can't always just push all that stuff out of the way. So let's get to the robot mode. You just straighten out his legs, rotate them forward, and separate them. Bring his arms down, rotate them at the ball joint, and then bring them up. Do the same on this side. Come in here, there's a tab there, and you want to unpeg his hands from the inside, and you can straighten out his arm. Do the same on that side. Straighten out his arm. Hold down the combiner peg. Grab this, twist it around, and it will just peg right back onto the back like in arm/foot mode. And then if you have the head tacked up like that, just bring it on that hinge and rotate it. And here we have Combiner Wars Mirage in his robot mode. And you want to make sure that these legs are pulled out nice and good so they click. So here's Combiner Wars Mirage, and I really, really like this figure. This is probably one of my favorite figures from the Combiner Wars line. I do like the figure itself. It has a nice head sculpt. I really do like the head sculpt. Very Gundam-like with the whole spot right there for the forehead camera. Nothing on the back of the head, though. Nice overpaint going on there. It has blue eyes. I think it's the same color blue as everything else on him. I'm not really sure. Red Autobot logo, of course, and then you have the stuff that carries over from the vehicle mode to the detail there on the back, and then that stuff there on the back. You can get him to be in his typical G1 style robot mode, because I did see on Imgo's review before I bought this guy that you can do this. You just untab that, bring it down, and basically just rotate the legs, and then you unpeg the arms, and then have them facing that way, and then there you can have a typical G1 Mirage. It's kind of goofy looking, but you can do it for all those die-hard G1 fans. I like G1, but only certain things bother me if they change like a huge feature based on the character. Like if they made Shockwave and he had 2 eyes. I mean, that would bother the crap out of me. That's not Shockwave. It kind of bothers me whenever they put Shockwave and he doesn't have an arm cannon, but I can get over it. But like Shockwave without 1 eye, that's just unnatural and should never exist unless they're doing IDW Shockwave before he turned all evil and crazy. So, he can, of course, hold his sword, so that just simply pegs right there into his hand, and then there he can wield that. If he had the other peg, he can hold it, and it would be sticking up like that, and he couldn't even actually hold it because of his forearm. You can't take this thing, and he can hold it and look stupid, which these would look better if there was some form of way of them holding it, well, throwing it, is holding them like that, because that would look so much better. You can't really store it anywhere else. There's nothing else you can do with it unless you want to untab this and then like fold that looking up like all stupid like that, and then you can just grab this and peg that there. I mean, you could do whatever that is if you want. It's your toy. Display it however you would like to. So, and he just got into a midget. Or a short person, I should say. Sorry about that. So, I think that pretty much wraps up the review, you guys. So this was Combiner Wars. Why do I keep saying Combiner Wars? Combiner Wars Mirage. And I want you guys to tell me what you think about this guy. Tell me if you like the mold, and if you think the mold should be reused again for some other random guy. But so I like him. I think it's a great figure. I think there's pretty much no flaws. Oh yeah, articulation. The head's on the ball joint, really tight one. I guess that's a joint. Ball joint, hinge right there. Swivel, elbow, wibble, wobble, blah blah blah. You already know all the articulation for these guys. So God, why do your legs keep doing that? So, oh my lordy. Yeah, I guess that's the one flaw, is the legs don't really lock in. They always want to come back out. But, so yeah, I really like this guy. I think he was very well done. So, setting him off to the side, and let's get the next voters up. So, bringing in the next voters, here we have the Commander class Shockwave from Transformers Prime. Here we have, I think it's Energon, but I can't really remember. Energon Grimlock. Here we have Combiner Wars Ironhide. And let me see if I can squeeze them in. Transformers Generation Deluxe class Armada Starscream. Don't know why I couldn't remember that name. But so these are the 4 guys for the next vote. So choose which one that you want to see in the next review. Either you get Transformers Prime, Commander Shockwave, you get Energon Grimlock, Combiner Wars Ironhide, or Generations Armada Starscream. So you guys vote. Tell me what you guys thought about the review. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you later, my little Logicons.